Okay, hi everyone. Tonight we are playing Ribbon Drive by Avery Alder with the Gauntlet. There's a great game about road trips with soundtracks and characters who, I don't know, might achieve something or leave their past behind or whatever. My name is Donna. My pronouns are he, him, and I guess this is the second time I've played Ribbon Drive in a week. So very interested to see what kind of different feel we have to this game. I guess we don't have a character keep order yet, so I guess I'll just ask Horst to introduce yourself.
I'm Horst, he, him, and I'm really looking forward to playing Ribbon Drive.
Okay, Elizabeth.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth, she, her. I was very excited that I got a spot in this game, and it was really fun to put together a playlist, and I am looking forward to playing with both of you and listening to your music selection.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna play our first soundtrack, and I guess we'll just listen to this for the next 4.5 minutes or whatever, and then we'll talk about exactly what kind of road trip we're gonna have. Okay, so great first track. What do we think our road trip should be about?
I mean, the song is about leaving, I would say. I was thinking about maybe a group of, I don't know, people who leave their, like young folks who go to the city to start some kind of education, university or something. And they, because the lyrics were that they're leaving something behind, their own life maybe. And it could be three friends or like three random people who found themselves over the internet to get like a cheap trip to a university town or something.
Yeah, what do you think, Elizabeth? I like the kind of very mundane but big life changes of going off to like a big city university kind of thing.
Yeah, starting on your next phase or next step in life and looking forward to that, but having some sadness about what you're leaving behind.
So yeah, I think you had an interesting idea there, Horst, about like three strangers thrown together. I'm not sure. I mean, it's kind of interesting, but what do you think?
I like both ideas. I mean, if we are friends or if we not, if it's like a smaller place where we come from, then we have some kind of history which could be interesting. But if we're strangers, maybe that gives us more potential interesting stories. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess if we're from small town or from a relatively small town, maybe we probably know each other, but maybe don't know each other well, right? So that is an interesting dynamic. What do you think, Elizabeth?
Yeah, I think we could all also be from a particular region. And the song lyrics itself, it talks a lot about the sea, going into the sea. We could use that as inspiration and say we're from a coastal area, but not a popular tourist destination, maybe one that doesn't get as much people coming in, and we don't all have to be from the same town. We could be just from the same area that we would know, kind of the customs of that area, have that similarity and going towards a new future in a larger metropolitan area.
Yeah, I like that. I think like relationships or friendships still a little bit up in the air, and like the idea of like getting in on a cheap car to help get us to college is kind of a good circumstance.
Yeah, one of us has this old shitty car, and the others pay for the gasoline or something. This was my idea.
I guess I'm thinking more in an old-fashioned way. There was a note on the bulletin board that said, head into the big city. Want to share the ride and the cost? And we all took one of the little phone numbers and called. But I guess on the internet, that happens more easily.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, I think that's probably enough for us to start with, unless anyone wants to add anything more. Okay. So I'll resume our playlist and then we'll listen to the second song, and then we'll come back to create our characters. So I guess we got a few minutes or longer, whatever it takes to work out our characters. So we've got a name, obviously, 3 traits, and then 2 features. And then we can kind of introduce our characters when we're finished. So I guess we'll take as long as we need.
I just gotta chill, because when I was thinking of this game, I was thinking of my character, and that was the name. The name you wrote was the name I was thinking of the character I was gonna play. How
the
does
random
it
zeitgeist.
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength. Maybe the music inspires
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Because I don't prepare a name for any of these, which is often a problem, but you know.
That's funny.
Funny.
Well, I think we're gonna be in for some synchronicity.
Yeah.
here.
How do you approach this when you listen to the song? Is it like more for feeling? Do you pick lyrics, or how do you have the song inform your character?
Yeah, I mean, a bit of everything, I guess, which is not a great answer. I think, you know, the rules restriction is that like one thing in your character should be kind of directly inspired or lifted from the lyrics, but typically I would say I would base my character like on the feeling the songs gives me, but then in relation to you know the road trip that we have created as well. So that's kind of the main. I would say that's even more important for me. It's like
Yeah.
I want a character to fit in with the road trip.
Mm-hmm. Remind me of the futures again. That is what the goal of the person is.
Maybe explicitly the goal, or maybe just something that you want them to try to achieve. So they should be like kind of an explicit statement. So I am going to do this, or I'm not going to do that, or whatever it is, or I'm gonna, you know, I'm going to statements.
Yeah, but like life goals or like short-term goals for
yeah,
the journey.
I mean, short or life goals, but I guess something that you can achieve in the space of the game, right? So something, okay. And however long the journey is going to be, like, I don't know, a couple of days or something. So yeah, there's a bit of a tightrope walk to be to be made on that.
I was thinking the same thing, Elizabeth.
Yeah, okay, can be similar,
Yeah. Maybe.
can help each other.
Mhm.
So how are you all doing? It looks like we are good, but just making sure no one is doing any revision.
I'm good.
How about you, Elizabeth?
Just putting in a picture.
It's the vital part of Gauntlet's character creation.
Absolutely, essential, the important things. Yeah, I just have 2 minutes.
No problem.
Do you just insert the video, or do you copy the link, or what's the?
Oh, so if you have an image URL, you can put it in the bottom row, and that should render the image in the cell above. But if you don't, or you did something already saved in your desktop or something like that, you can click on the image field and then go insert from the menu, and then image in cell, and it should do it that way. Sometimes if you get a URL from Pinterest or something, it doesn't have like a .jpeg or something at the end of it, and it doesn't render correctly. So it really depends how you get your URL. But it's just as easy to like save it and then upload it. Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess we can do quick character intros. I'll be playing Gemma, she, her. She loves loud music. The louder, the better. She hates small town life. And for her, everything's a breeze. I don't know whether this means like she doesn't really affect to care, or like she breezes through things, maybe a bit of both. I don't know. And her features are, I want to leave my reputation behind, and I'm going to find someone who understands me. So Elizabeth, do you want to introduce your character?
Okay, yeah, I will be playing Gracie. She loves the coast and the quiet life surrounded by her family. She's a good girl, and she's always followed all of the rules and done what was expected of her. She excelled in school and high school, and received a big scholarship to a prestigious university in the city, and her family is not well off, and that was a big help to allow her to make this big change in her life and move on, and everyone's expecting great things from her. And of course, she feels very scared because there are these huge expectations and a lot of pressure, and she wants to do well and not let people down. She has led a sheltered existence, and as a result, she's somewhat naive, especially when it comes to the social activities and maybe the more dangerous activities that other teens enjoy. That hasn't been how she spent her time. Her futures are she wants to find a safe, comfortable, and affordable place to land in the city. She has a temporary housing at the university, but they are overcrowded, and she will probably need to move out. And she longs secretly, she may not admit this to anyone else, but she does long to break out of the quiet existence and maybe have a taste of danger.
I'm playing Anthony, and let's see, Anthony is a loner. I imagine that he's maybe some kind of nerd with peculiar interests. I don't know, like D&D or some nerdy hobby that nobody else in the small town enjoys. And I mean, I got these ideas obviously from the lyrics, so I need to freestyle at the moment. He's afraid of being used, and I think that probably in the past, because he's a loner, he's taken advantage of at school. And you know, now that he's taking this big step, maybe similar to what is it, Gemma? You know, leave the reputation of somebody who's who that you can take advantage of, leave that behind. And he has another like talent, I guess, which is dancing. And he got he wants to get into this very prestigious, I don't know, dance school or dance department at the university. But unbeknownst to anyone, he hasn't gotten he's not, what's it called, accepted to the university yet. So he has to get past the audition, I guess. This is his first goal. And then because of his past of being a loner, he would like to, and the prospect of being in this anonymous, gigantic city, he would like to find friends that he finally can share his passions with.
Okay, cool. So I guess I should start the playlist back again, and I guess we can listen to it. And if someone has a good idea for our first scene, you can set that. Yes, we haven't established who owns this beat up car that we're all sharing. Does anyone want to volunteer for that one?
I mean, Gracie's parents are not well off, so I don't think that they have a spare car.
Okay.
I don't know what Gemma.
Yeah, I think maybe Gemma has a beat up rust bucket lying around the place, or maybe she's managed to scrounge up some funds for it, or maybe she just borrowed it. So yeah, I'm happy to have Gemma have the car.
I actually like Elizabeth's idea of the that there's some kind of, I don't know, library or something where you put the what is it, like the note where you can just
where you just tear off the phone number.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we will, so if anyone wants to frame a scene, I will resume the playlist.
I want to mention one last thing about my character.
Yep.
As a small act of rebellion before the big trip, she dyed her hair pink.
Okay.
I think the song was skipped.
Oh, you're right. I don't know why. I'm not sure how I can. I know I can skip, but I don't know how I can skip back. Do we want to frame on the road, or do we frame like meeting up in some like big box store parking lot? Maybe maybe we don't recognize Gracie at the start because of the new pink hair.
It's like Strawberry Fields.
So you think it's the when we meet? Is that the scene?
Yeah, I think that's a good scene to start out with, seeing as we don't know each other very well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think Gemma is maybe just sitting on the bonnet of the car, checking her phone.
Are you Gemma?
Yeah, that's me. Gracie?
Yeah, I'm Gracie. I called you about the spot in the car. And Gracie just has a cardboard box full of things, not a suitcase or a canvas bag, but it's just a box.
I think Anthony was there like probably like an hour early. He has this big stuffed suitcase, and he just doesn't. He can't bring himself to join you guys, so he stands in the background, like thinking about maybe I should give up, and then he slowly approaches.
Well, is it just us? Are we waiting for anyone else?
There's this third guy, Anthony. I think I know him from school, but I haven't seen him. Maybe he's decided not to go. I don't know. I guess we better give him some time.
Yeah, well, not too much time because I gotta register for classes in 4 days, and I think this trip is taking 3. Can't just wait around forever.
Yeah.
Can't be late. May not get into the classes I need to get into.
Oh, is this him? Hey, Anthony, is that you?
Well, hi guys. Yeah, that's me. I hope you didn't, you haven't waited for too long. Well, now I'm here.
Okay, so I guess dump your stuff in the trunk and let's hit the road. No one here to see you guys off?
I think Anthony looks at the ground. No, nobody.
Okay.
My parents had to work, and my sister dropped me off on her way to school. How about you?
No, not really. So I guess I'll drive, but if anyone else wants to take the wheel in between stops or whatever, that's fine by me.
Gracie, do you mind if I sit in the front?
No, go ahead.
And I get car sick sometimes.
Great. Sometimes.
Love the hair, by the way.
Thanks. Thought it would fit in with the big city life. Wasn't sure. I mean, no, I knew it would be great. What are you two planning to major in? What classes are you planning to take this semester? You're going to school, right? We're all going to the same school?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do like art, but somehow the last couple of years I've ended up like applying to architecture. So yeah, it's a strange thing, I guess. I think when you like dump your stuff in the trunk, you'll see like an art folder, like an A2 folder, and maybe a tube, whereas Gemma has her portfolio.
What kind of pictures are there? I think that Anthony would definitely have a sneaky look.
Yeah, so I think the kind of like one of them will be like personal art projects, maybe like really dark um, oils or something like that, and then the other is the kind of very a mix of really mainstream and out there architecture or landscaping sketches. So yeah, kind of a mix.
Oh, these are really good. You're really talented.
We'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think everyone at the school is going to be like the best person in their little town or whatever. And they've been told that for all their life. So I think it might be a bit of a comeuppance for us.
So I dance, but I haven't, I'm not in the course yet.
You mean if you have like an extra interview or
Some kind of like admission thing. I don't know.
Oh, an audition. Yeah, it is a prestigious program. They only want to select the best of the best.
Yeah.
Gemma, we're in the car, right?
yeah, I think so.
Before we leave town, would you mind driving by the marina? I just love the view out on the ocean. It's a place I've spent a lot of time. I like the quiet there.
Yeah, sure. I mean, why not? I think like Gemma is giving you a look and maybe exchanging a look with Anthony because it was like not too long ago where you were nervous about being late, so but whatever. I'm cool with that, taking a detour, even if it's to the same marina we've been looking at all our lives, right?
So what will you guys miss the most?
About this town.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm gonna miss anything.
I'll miss everything. I'll miss the way the air has the crispness of the ocean and the salt, and I'll miss the sound of the waves. I can hear them from my house. I'll miss my family, my house, our teachers in school. There is so much here. This is where my life is. Everything I've ever known. I grew up, born here, grew up here. I don't know what it'll be like in the city where you just hear cars and honking and lawn mowers, baby. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think I will miss anything. Not even the sea.
So is that enough for a scene, or do we want to skip ahead to on the road later that day?
I think that was a good first scene.
Okay. Anyone? I think if I set the first scene, Elizabeth, you should set the next one.
Okay. Maybe we're at the end of the first day of driving and trying to decide where to stop for the night to be safe, or maybe even deciding whether we will stop. Maybe one or two of us or want to keep driving and push through the night. Maybe let's say we're at a rest stop now on the side of the highway. Well, what do you think? Do you want to just sleep in the car here overnight, or try to find a place to camp?
I think Anthony is outside, like stretching, and I don't think I can spend another minute in this car. Shall we get like a cheap hotel?
Yeah, maybe there's a motel.
Maybe we could all get one room and split the cost.
I don't know. Okay.
Did anyone plan the route out before we started? Is there a nice little town to stop in that we could stay at some inexpensive, safe place for the night and maybe get a decent dinner somewhere around here? Anyone know anything? Anyone come by here before?
I mean, I got the route, but I was just gonna say, like, when we get dark or whatever, we'll pass a place and stop in. I wasn't gonna be fussy.
Oh, I'm not fussy. If you want, we can just stay here in the motel, and I can pay.
Oh, I want to contribute. I think we should just split it 3 ways, unless you want your own room.
And Anthony looks a bit nervously and says, I think I would like my own room. If that is okay with you guys.
I mean, we're not like mortally offended.
Gemma, do you want your own room too? Or can we
No,
split
it'd
a
be
room?
like, I would say the more sharing, the better, because it'll be cheaper, right?
Yeah, save some money for when we get to college.
Yeah, so I brought some like snacks for the car and whatever. So I don't know whether we want to like get a proper meal or just like get a proper breakfast tomorrow morning at some place we stop or whatever. I don't know.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
My mother baked us some cookies for the trip.
So I imagine us having like a impromptu picnic with the snacks and the cookies. Maybe I don't know how motels in the United States work. Would there be like a picnic table somewhere, or is that rather unusual?
If it's a roadside, yeah, there could be a kind of depressing area with a strip of grass and a picnic table.
So yeah, I guess we like park on one of those and just, you know, share some snacks, some nice homemade cookies. But I think like Gemma is gonna pry a little bit. So Anthony, like, are you really not sure about your course?
I don't know. I really don't know if I'm good enough, but I don't know if I don't try it now. I mean, staying in town would probably, I don't know, crush my soul. And if I don't
Hear
get
ya.
into the dancing class, I don't know, maybe I can find something else. In any case, I'm not going back.
I mean, I think we need to see, right? Because we are professional judges of dancing quality, right?
Yeah.
Gracie?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
mean,
let's see what you've got. So you think you can dance?
Anthony looks panicked. I don't know, maybe if I know you a bit better, is that okay?
How are you gonna make it as a dancer if you can't even dance in front of two friendly judges? You can't just be dancing in the closet.
Well, that is what I was doing the last couple of years, I guess.
But in like 3 days, you're going to be dancing in front of someone who will like not care if they say no to you because they've done it 100 times already this like fall.
Yeah, who isn't as friendly as we are. They may not even applaud when you're done.
Are you friendly?
Well, I guess you'll just have to dance and see.
And Anthony takes a very deep breath and gets up and stands there for an uncomfortable long time. In some kind of, there's this actor pose, I guess, where they wait before the curtain opens or something, or like a dancer pose, I guess. And then he will, it's probably like ballet. And he obviously has had courses before. It's not that he is not self-taught or anything, and he knows his stuff, I guess. And he makes a couple of, these dance ballet steps, and then he stops and turns around and walks swiftly back to the table with his head hanging. That's it, I guess.
Oh, Anthony, that was beautiful. Really beautiful. You'll get it.
Yeah, I mean, I lied. I know nothing about dancing except at the club. So I mean, sure, seems good to me.
I just know you look better than what I saw people doing at the prom.
And I think there's a tiny smile, the first probably of the journey, and he mumbles, "Thanks."
How about you, Gracie? I heard you're like our academic hotshot in town.
Yeah, I was the class valedictorian. I want to do really well in school. I've always enjoyed going to school. I hope it'll be as I hope the professors are as good as the teachers we had in high school. I wonder what it'll be like to be in a class with 200 other people. Not like in our school where it's just, 14 of us.
I mean, if you have 200 people, maybe the chance is higher that there's some people that that are like-minded. Because the 14, I don't know.
Yeah, the same 14 we've known since kindergarten too.
So in such a small town, it seems strange we never really hung out.
I don't hang out really.
I guess you were playing D&D and Gracie was too busy studying.
Well, yeah, I was studying and, I was at home most of the time. It's not
So-
like I was out on the streets of town. Just go for walks by the marina.
And Gemma, did you hang out with the cool kids?
Obviously. What do you think?
I don't know.
You must have heard the odd tale, but obviously, like, they were surprised that I was going away to college because they were too cool for that. But yeah, I don't know.
Maybe while we're here in this motel and maybe there's some bar we could walk to. Maybe Anthony could put those moves out onto the dance floor, see what others think.
If you guys don't mind, I would like to go to bed early, and so maybe I can drive for a couple of hours tomorrow. But I don't want to be the party pooper. If you want to go to the bar, just don't mind me. I'm cool. Going early.
Yeah, maybe let's find a place for tomorrow, right? Let's keep an eye on it tomorrow, and we'll find a club where Anthony can show his stuff, right?
Yeah, there's probably nothing out here. Seems pretty isolated.
So for some strange reason, it has decided not to play the last track. So I don't know, it skipped a few.
Skipped a couple in the middle there too.
Yeah. So I don't know if Chip is really doing it first tonight. But anyway, I think we can wrap up.
Picky.
Yeah, very picky.
With my music.
I don't know why. Okay, so do we wrap up our scene there with Anthony having an early night and maybe Gemma and Gracie talking for a bit before heading to bed? Anything else to add, Horst, for Anthony as he says goodnight?
Yeah, I think after he says goodnight and is in his own room, you can see that he regrets. Like maybe he hears you two talking because they're probably these cheap ass thin walls, and he lies in bed and curses a little bit.
Cool. Elizabeth, how about you for Gracie and Gemma?
Yeah, I picture them in the room and just getting to know each other. Gracie warming up a little to Gemma. They're laughing, maybe singing some songs or playing them for each other off of their phones and having a nice time getting to know each other.
Okay, cool. So that's a good point to take a break. Okay, we're back. We're gonna start playing the next playlist, track 1 on that. And I guess if anyone, after 10 seconds or 2 minutes or whatever, has a reframing for the next kind of major scene, jump in. Anyone can jump in to frame that scene. So explaining. So what do you think? Anyone have any ideas for a frame scene?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe the car breaks down, and I'm not sure if it's just the side of the road where the car is, or maybe it's the car has already been towed to some kind of like the next gas station or mechanic or something. What do you think, guys? I mean, we have established that it's a very old, unreliable car. And I like the idea that maybe we have to talk about who pays for it, or can we afford it, or should we give up, or what to do.
I like that idea.
So as a frame, I like the idea that when we see our characters the next time, it's maybe in the afternoon, the sun is hanging low over the horizon, and there's like a dusty gas station. The car is towed, and we are standing outside talking about how to proceed. And Anthony says, I don't know, I mean, I could pay for this. But maybe it's a sign.
Well, we have to get to school. We have to get to college. How are we gonna do it? Maybe this car's not reliable, but then we'll have to find another way. You know where the town library is? Maybe we could put up another sign.
I really thought that car was gonna survive one more trip, but I guess now I know why it made sense to get rid of it. Off on me.
Well, it took us this far, Gemma. I'm grateful for that.
Shall we say goodbye to the car and take the bus or something?
Oh, the bus. Yeah, that's a good idea. We could do that.
And Anthony looks through his wallet and counts the bills.
Do you think that the gas station would at least give you $100 for parts for your car, your old car?
That rusty
Yeah.
old thing, $100? I don't know.
As long as they don't charge you to keep it here.
Yeah, so I think we should skip out of here ASAP before they realize that there's nothing they can salvage from that hunk of junk.
You should post online about the guy who sold it to you. What a rat.
Oh no, it was like free. It was like, here, you're going to college, take this car, so I'm not sure why I expected something reliable. But there you have it. Okay, so yeah, I guess maybe we look for the next bus through, and otherwise maybe we hitch.
Do you think we'll make it in time? I don't know. Buses, how long does that take?
I mean, we'll probably go just as fast as that beat up car, right? And they'll probably stop at places that,
Maybe faster.
better places. So maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah, and none of us have to drive. We could all talk or sleep. We don't have to take turns behind the wheel. You're right, maybe it is a good thing. See, Anthony, it's a good thing.
Is it though? You know what,
Yeah,
guys?
we're officially saying this is a good thing, Anthony. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I would just talk to the mechanic. Maybe he can do something. And you know, Anthony is you see him talking in the background to somebody in an overall, in an oily overall, and Anthony's putting like one bill on the counter, and then the person shakes their head, and another one.
I don't know that I have enough in my budget to pay for the repairs, Gemma.
Yeah, I mean, we'll. I guess maybe we need to think about where we're going to stay. And I mean, campus accommodation is so expensive. Maybe the three of us can find somewhere a little bit off the beaten track. I'm, making lemonade, I guess. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, right? I don't think we're going to get anything out of this mechanic. What did he say, Anthony? No deal?
Well, it's a deal. It was expensive, more expensive than I thought, and it will take at least a day. So I don't know. We have to stay somewhere, and I'm kind of broke now.
No, but like, why would you do that? It's like you spent more money than we would have all spent on like the bus fare, and now we have to wait a day, and he might come back and say like, tough, right?
Or you have to pay more. And we don't have any money to give, and we're gonna be late for
But
registration day and orientation.
Did I fuck up?
I think he might have seen you coming, right? But I mean, you can. Well, what do you think you're going to go saying? Oh no, I've changed my mind.
Yeah.
Give me my money back.
Forget it. Yeah. Who pays before they get the bill too? Shouldn't he have given you like done the work and then charged, or I don't know. I think Gemma's right. She seems to know about people taking advantage of other people. Oh, that came out wrong. Sorry, Gemma. You know what I mean.
Ouch.
Oh, yeah, that came out really wrong.
I thought there I was gonna like leave my reputation behind for being like a sharp, I don't know, advantage taker. That's not the word that people usually use about me, but I'll take that over.
Well, over the opposite, right? I mean, rather be someone who takes advantage of others than being taken advantage of, I guess.
Well, at least people notice you to take advantage of you.
Okay. How about we just look into the bus and see if we can put the funds together.
Gemma,
And
maybe you could do something to help Anthony get back some of his money from that crooked mechanic.
okay. So do you think this is an obstacle we have in terms of?
We want
Okay.
our money back.
Yeah.
We want a refund. I demand a refund.
I demand a refund. Okay. So I think I could use my everything's a breeze trait in terms of just getting my own way, just like, pushing my weight around, so to speak. So yeah, I think Gemma walks into the mechanic shed or whatever it is, and I don't know. Do we think we want to like have someone play the mechanic and go through this, or do we just like maybe hear some like cut to a little bit later? We hear voices raised inside the shed, and then we see Gemma walk out, like I guess like the cat who got the cream, holding your $200 or whatever.
Waving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. And Anthony's, is completely flabbergasted. You get the money back? That must be almost all of it.
I knew you could do it.
Plus, I mean, basically, I convinced him that the spare tire in the trunk and the gas is worth at least this much. So he gave me another 50.
Wow.
So I guess we're good.
Yeah, $50.
Gemma, you're the best.
So I think, I hand over the $200 and kind of like wave around the 50 for a while and say, I guess this is bus fare or dinner or breakfast, right? We need breakfast.
I heard Anthony say it's the most important meal of the day.
Yeah.
We should celebrate.
You mean you're gonna dance for us again?
For breakfast?
Dance for your breakfast, Anthony, come on.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, so do we like cut to the diner or do we cut to the bus? What's our next good scene?
Donna, for game mechanics, I noticed on the character keeper on Gemma's sheet, you have checked, activated, and used for the traits.
Yeah.
How do we again invoke those
So-
different aspects?
Yeah, so all you have to do to activate, and you may have done it already for some of those traits, you just need to introduce it fictionally. So either by showing or telling, right? So, and then you use it to overcome an obstacle, right? So that's just a little bit different. So the same for you, Horst. You may have, I think we're all seeing some of those already, right? And similarly, like for the futures, if you think that one of those is coming true, or if you want to aim for that, or if you like feel yourself not caring about it anymore, maybe push on one of those features a little bit more to tick one of those boxes alongside it too. Okay. So do we cut to the diner or go to the bus, which sounds more interesting?
I mean, the music in the background indicates some hot dance off, but now the song's over.
Well, Night Bus is the song. I think that means we're on the bus. You got most of your playlist got skipped on it.
Yeah, it skipped quite a few. So I'm not sure whether that, if it ends after this, it'll have done the same thing and it's going through them and skipping some. So I don't know if that is the bot. I certainly didn't have this on the rhythm bot that we used the last time. So maybe this is just a problem with Hydra/Chip.
I mean, I feel like the song list giving us Night Bus is almost like
Right.
a
Yeah,
sign.
Pushing us to
It's
the
a sign.
bus. Yeah.
Even if
We're on
it's
the
skipped.
overnight bus.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know. Somebody wants to frame the scene.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like, I don't know, maybe it's more interesting that we don't introduce any more characters, right? We kind of have this bus almost exclusively to
Yeah,
ourselves.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and maybe we kind of have, a bunch of seats together. So I think we're gonna.
Let's say we did have to wait all day and we're on the overnight bus. We were standing out at the station, at the bus stop. And there's one lonely overhead street light and it's kind of dark and Anthony's there with his big bursting suitcase full of stuff. I'm there with my kind of bedraggled cardboard box, a little dented on one side. And Gemma, how are your belongings stored?
Yeah, I think apart from the two kind of cases of art, I think a big duffel bag, like an army surplus bag, just stuffed with things. So I think we need to insist that Anthony, does a different number for us. we need to, give him a bit more practice, right?
That's right.
Is it still at the?
Since we're a little behind now, you won't have much time to practice once we get to the city.
Is that still at the bus? Yeah, this is at the bus stop, I guess. So I think Anthony takes opens the suitcase. You can see that there are like I don't know, like 10 different outfits for different dancing styles, and I'm not sure what he takes out. Maybe some kind of flamenco like a what's it called, like dress, I guess.
Jumpsuit.
A suit,
dress,
probably.
yeah.
It's a suit.
Okay.
And these these step dance shoes. Oh, forget the flamenco thing. It's like a classic step dance outfit with a old-fashioned hat and these shoes with metallic soles, I guess. And he changes dresses around the corner, and then he steps out. I don't know if we have some kind of cassette recorder, or I don't know, like probably everything is mobile phones nowadays. So we will take out the phone, put a number on, and then with a walking stick as well, he will perform a step dance, which looks like much more confident as soon as he's dancing. The normal, like shy, I don't know, persona falls off, and he is very confident. And as soon as the music stops, he's very insecure again and looks shyly around. Was that okay?
It was spectacular, Anthony. You need to show us more. You're gonna get into school to the dance program for sure, certainly.
And he makes another of these steps and flourishes his head. Thank you, milady.
Oh, well, I wish you would, maybe you could show me and Gemma a few steps, a few moves.
I mean, we could do some kind of line dance or something.
Sure.
That is-
With only 3 of us, yeah, maybe.
And I like maybe as an end to the scene is that the 3 of us do some simple synchronized dancing steps while the bus is slowly moving through the background and arriving.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I think we can assume we're on the bus. I think given that that was quite a much shorter playlist than we had originally intended. I have no idea why the bot is doing that, but I guess we jump ahead to the next playlist. Okay.
That would have been the perfect music for the step dance.
Square.
That's a weird version of the song, I mean. Donna, is that from my playlist? Because that is not, that is some kind of cover, I think.
Yeah, that's the one that's coming up at least. So I don't know. It's I don't know the song, so I don't know that it's done anything stranger than with it.
Or maybe it's the original, I don't know. It's definitely not the one I put on the playlist.
Oh, okay. That is strange.
More oddity.
Chippy is very eccentric.
Chippy has his own way of doing things.
Yeah, it's like this is not the song I like. I'm just going to skip it. Or, this version is better.
Yeah.
I'm a professional music bot. I know things.
Well, this is good overnight bus traveling music, calming, relaxing.
So I think.
About
Oh, go ahead, Elizabeth.
on the bus, if it's okay with you, maybe we could say that Gemma and Gracie are sharing a blanket on the one side of the row, and Anthony, maybe you're not comfortable yet and you're on the other side of the aisle, sitting by yourself.
I like that. Yeah, Anthony's definitely looking out of the window while the lights pass by.
Bot has said no to Leonard Cohen, which I don't know. Professional music bot or not, I think we need to fire it for the next time. I think maybe like we are, like some people are getting on the bus every so often at some small town, and like I think Gemma is like concocting these stories for them, you know, in terms of, oh, here's Lewis, and he is visiting his granduncle in Boston, you know, just completely creating these stories for these complete strangers out of thin air.
Are you saying them out loud? Are you sharing them with me or with
Yeah,
us?
yeah. I think I like whispering them
Yeah,
so that it's only for us. But yeah, I think.
yeah. Gracie likes that a lot, and is laughing and giggling and enjoying it.
And then after a while, I think Gemma is like tapping Anthony on the shoulder or like grabbing your attention somehow. We were, I mean, back when, you know, we had no money, or at least we were tied for money, we were talking about like maybe getting a place in the city together, like off campus or something that might be a bit more reasonable.
I mean, that would be great. Isn't it like weird living with other people together? I mean, what if you don't like, I don't know, the music I play, or I don't like when you get up and stuff, or that you stay up all night?
Oh, we're gonna break you of this whole like going to bed early habit you have. Yeah, I mean, like, did you live alone, Anthony? Is that what you're telling us?
I mean, I live with my parents, obviously.
Okay, and you put up with their peculiar brand of bullshit, right?
Well, I mean, they told me what to do, more or less. It's not that I had a big say in things.
Okay, so we're like not your mom, so we won't be doing that.
And he sighs, well, that's a lot of negotiations, I think.
I mean, so long as you're not tap dancing at 4 a.m., I guess, right? That's.
Well, where were you planning on staying, Anthony?
I don't know, maybe like a small room somewhere on the campus. A small room for myself.
Freshmen aren't guaranteed housing, though. That was in the letter they sent me.
I mean, I wouldn't mind giving it a try if you two want me in your thing.
I want to be close to campus. I'd love to have you there. You seem like a cool guy who loves to dance. You're a good dancer. You know, maybe we could go to the studio, dance studio, and watch you rehearse.
And maybe Gemma could get the room with the biggest window and like how do you call this? A canvas or something. And Crazy could cook, like bake the best cookies. That sounds nice.
I mean, I see you've
That would
planted
be
all that
nice.
already, this domestic bliss.
And why not? We'll figure it out. We can get a little place and figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of hoping to, even though I was hoping to kind of, meet some people who didn't know who I was so I could kind of reinvent myself. Though I'm not sure why I advertised to get a couple of people along to help me with the gas money then. I may not have thought that one through. But yeah, I mean, I don't really mind anymore.
What's wrong with the person who you are? I mean, why do you have to change?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't care. Like,
You always seem to be having the most fun in school. Whenever I looked over at you in class, you're always laughing, had all your friends around. Yeah, why would you ever want to leave that?
yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of, maybe I thought because I just wanted to get out of that town, I wanted to again leave everything behind. But maybe not. Maybe I was just kind of stupid.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can be whatever you want to be, right?
And I don't think you're stupid. I think you're strong. You got Anthony's money back from that big scary mechanic,
Mhm.
and you were the one yelling at him. We heard it, didn't we, Anthony?
I mean, like, I may have yelled. Um, he took advantage of you, Anthony, and that
Mm.
wasn't fair. And I let him have a piece of my mind. So
I could never do that.
listen, you're going to be like a prima donna or whatever the equivalent is in this dancing school. So
That's right. You might get so busy you never come back to our place. You both might. Then I'll just be there all alone studying.
like, no. I think we had said we were gonna like break Anthony out of his early to bed habits. So I think we're gonna bring you out partying, right?
Well, as long as I'm back in time to get a couple hours before 8 a.m. class.
Well, we'll find a happy medium between burning both ends of that candle. We'll just gonna have to be like looking out for each other, right?
Like friends?
Like friends, but don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, like friends.
I mean, I don't recall advertising for friends. I advertised for, traveling companions.
Yeah, well, you got a bargain then. You got traveling companions, gas money, and friends.
Yeah, I guess.
I think that is a good end to the scene.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna check on my future of finding a safe, comfortable, affordable place in the city. I think it has come true.
I mean, it's definitely affordable, more affordable than if you were living alone and with two friends. It's also safer than alone. So yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, so I think I have crossed off that feature of I want to leave my reputation behind, because I don't anymore. I guess I don't really care about that too much due to that pep talk.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything for you yet, Horst?
I mean, I'd like to find friends in the big city. Kind of works, I guess.
Yeah, if you think this counts as finding friends for the big city rather than in the big city.
Before the big city, I'm coming with my own friends.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea is to have friends as soon as I'm in the big city. So where they come from is not specified, I guess.
Okay.
So you take that or you?
Yeah, so you tick comes true on the one that you're resolving.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, so the two you both have resolved one feature each for it coming true, which I guess means Gemma will be our main protagonist.
Cool.
Okay.
So that means that we have to find a way for Gemma to not want or to stop caring or to abandon her feature of finding someone who understands her.
Oh, okay.
Which seems odd, right?
Yes.
Because it seems to me like maybe the people on this bus are the kind of people who at least understand her more than most.
So how does it work again? I don't understand.
Okay, so so to be a protagonist, to be the main protagonist, revealed as the main protagonist at least, you need to cross off both your features. So you need to kind of leave them behind or decide that they're not what you're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
And because both of you have kind of ticked a come true box on one of your features at least, it means you can't cross off both.
Mm-hmm.
So Gemma is by default, or kind of by process of elimination, going to need to cross off that second feature.
And crossing off would mean that she is not longer pursuing the goal.
Yeah. So she's like, it doesn't mean to say that she's not going to find someone, but she maybe doesn't care or doesn't think it's important anymore, or is kind of some way kind of forgetting about it. And maybe that's just like so like no longer caring about the outcome of this particular feature. So yeah. So I don't know what you think about that. Like, do we have a scene to kind of reveal that or to kind of pursue that transformation in her?
I have a hard time like seeing how that even would look like. So maybe something about like completely being independent or something,
Yeah.
or mysterious. I don't know.
I mean, Elizabeth, do you have any ideas on that?
Yeah, maybe it's more in a way it's reflective that she isn't going to be searching externally for someone who understands her, but it's now she understands herself and she accepts herself. And it's not the saying, oh, other people need to understand me.
Yeah.
I understand me and I'm confident and I'm gonna be strong in being who I am.
Yeah, so she like doesn't need the external validation anymore. She's kind of happy with herself. That kind of maybe fits in with wanting to leave her reputation behind, right? That it's not her happiness is not contingent on other people getting her, right?
Right.
Okay. So yeah, I think maybe do we like
You can pick up a lot on a bus.
yeah.
Philosophical turning point.
So anyone have an idea for like a scene where we kind of have that revelation or transformation? Maybe the bus is getting into the city and kind of we're seeing kind of the new place we were living for 3 or 4 years.
I was also thinking it could, though that may need to introduce other characters, but maybe at the new student orientation, maybe there are some other kids, fellow students from our area there, and they start saying things about Gemma or the rumors, it's already starting, and maybe she could reject that or somehow come to terms with it.
What was your like image before is the question.
I think we had a few hints at a bit of a party girl, or at least someone who was not at least outwardly academic or straight, that a bit of a rebel, so maybe some people didn't really, like I said earlier, maybe some people who are going to college here did not expect her to be showing up at all, right? So yeah, I guess do we want to play out that argument with someone from our old town, or what do you think?
I think you have the most say in that, how you'd like to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we just narrate through it and then we can wrap it up pretty quickly. Maybe there's like a real preppy kid from our high school, and like they throw some barb at Gemma that she had been hired as a chauffeur for the valedictorian, right? But then maybe they heard about us getting the bus, right? So I'm like a complete failure in even that small task. It's like, when are you getting your bus back, or something like that. And
Could,
Yeah,
I don't want to take the focus of the scene off, but could this happen that Gracie hears that? Because this is a kind of moment, I say, of transformation for my character. And
sure. Yeah, go first.
Gracie hears kind of the whispering and, the crude jokes at Gemma's expense. And she walks over to the group and says, if you've got something to say to Gemma, then you're saying it to me too. She's my friend and she's a good person, better than any of you losers from our dumpy small town. She's gonna make it here. We'll see who's on the next bus back to the coast.
Is that maybe an obstacle? Whether or not they, I don't know, buy that, or whether or not they stop at least spreading the rumors?
I don't know. I think like we're probably quite late to introduce a new obstacle, but I think where maybe the transformation is where before like the old Gemma might have waded in to kind of help Gracie defend herself, or maybe just like done something outrageous, like she just blows them off and doesn't even retort, just says, come on Gracie, we gotta get the best spots in class or whatever. Something very kind of casual, like she really doesn't care about what they have to say about her or what they think about her. It's like not what she cares about anymore.
I mean, and then goes to the class, which is also pretty unlike Gemma, I guess.
Yeah. Or at least, yeah, I think that works.
Yeah.
But I think, Gemma kind of nods her thanks at Gracie, but says, we don't need to pay attention to those people anymore, right?
You're right. It's not even worth it.
I mean, like they didn't even like notice Anthony, right? It seems strange how they're like, I don't know, their mindset is all about high school, right? And yeah, I think they will be the next ones on a bus back from here.
Yeah, you're right. They never noticed anyone except themselves.
So yeah, I think that is maybe a good place to cut. I think we can wrap up by having like a quick follow-up scenes, or like even a epilogue for each of our scenes. I don't know if you have an idea of a group scene or to have like individual epilogues.
I like a group scene, maybe in the apartment or the house that we have rented, and then where we just show the achievements or the transformations.
So maybe we're like maybe we're like eating some cookies from earlier in the day and it's like 2 a.m. We've just come in from a nightclub or something.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
and maybe we are, I don't know, maybe Anthony has torn it up on the dance floor that night, right?
Yeah, I imagine him in some outrageous outfit that he would never wore back in the small town. And he's completely sweaty and slightly drunk and just more chatty, like he's eating the cookies and gesturing. And there was awesome, you know, and you could really feel the beat in your bones. It was so loud.
Yeah, it was a great night.
And I mean, we have classes at 8, but it's worth it, isn't it?
Yeah, and we did study a little this afternoon.
Oh, tomorrow evening, if you guys don't mind, I have my D&D night. Like 3 friends are coming over. I mean, you can definitely sit in and listen, but it will be a bit boring, I think. Or you can play.
I thought you had rehearsal tomorrow night. You're gonna do it after rehearsal? Now that you
Yes.
got into the dance program,
After the
seems
rehearsal.
like you have a lot of late nights at the studio.
Well, that's the life in the big city, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I will just put on my headphones and try to ignore you all, you know, doing whatever it is you do in your dungeons with your dragons.
It's not that kind of a dungeon.
I'm not judging. I'm not judging.
Take your mind out of the gutter.
It is a Gutters and Gargoyles, a different game, or should? Okay, I think it's a nice epilogue.
Mm-hmm.
Shows everyone. Yeah, so I think that is where we cut the game. Despite Chip's best efforts to ruin our playlists.
Sabotage.
It had somewhere to be.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very snooty music critic, I think. But yeah, the playlists are very cool. So yeah, there were some really nice tracks on it. So unfortunately for us. Okay, so I will stop recording and we might do a debrief. Okay, thanks.